What's going on, Levil Aviation Nation? Hanging out AirVenture 2023, and you never know who you're going to run into at the hangars. So you can run into, I don't know, Grant Nielsen from Grant Nielsen Airshows, man. How are you?
Excellent, Sean. Good to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you. I tell you what, seeing you twice a year isn't enough.
It's not, and we live close enough. We should visit.
You know, that's true. I'm actually moving closer now. We're going to be even closer down in Fort Myers. So howdy, neighbor.
Perfect. Welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks. Well, I tell you what, it's been such a big change for you. There's been so many changes. I want to ask you about a couple of those. But first, how has AirVenture been for you?
It's AirVenture. So that's the place really good. Right? Great catching up with old friends. But then, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and that is, you're right. That's AirVenture. It's hard to come here and have a rough time, even though the weather was a little rough this morning.
This morning, yeah, we have some thunderstorms rain, but there's no hail, no damage that I've heard of anywhere. So it could have been a lot worse, and the forecast is pretty good for the rest of the week.
That's right. Could be clear skies and smiles on faces for the air show. Now, speaking of air shows, I hear that there's been a new purchase. I hear that maybe Bubbles, the beloved Bubbles, of course, your Cap 232, might have a replacement. Talk a little bit about that.
So I had the opportunity to work with the DJR Voltage Club in Grant, and they were selling one of their extra 330 FP. So I went ahead and bought that. They were having some issues with it, the engine needs an overhaul on it, so we worked out a very good arrangement on that. Right now, I took the engine off Bubbles, because I was flying at 580 on that as well. So I took the Lycoming 580 off Bubbles, put it on the extra. It's up, it's run, it's together. We're waiting on the final FAA paperwork. We're looking at probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, fingers crossed, and that'll be ready to fly. Get out, get some training, get to know the airplane, and Patty Waitstaff, Patty Waitstaff Airshows, has been kind enough to offer to help and coach me a little bit since she has so much extra experience. So we'll be working with her to get my service level waiver in that, and then start doing some air shows this fall in the new airplane. Bubbles is still in Lakeland, Florida, still without an engine right now. So until the engine's overhauled and we put it back into the engine swap, and then I'll have the new engine, new prop, holder, firewall forward on the new airplane, and then the extra, or the Bubbles will go back to her original configuration. Then we'll probably put her up for sale.
Oh man, you too can own a piece of Grant Nielsen Airshow memorabilia, the beloved Bubbles. Now, I know your day job, you push something a little bit heavier. What's it like flying a 330 versus, say, the Extra or the Cap?
Well, I got an extra 330 and an Airbus 330, right? So I've got it's kind of a match set, right? No, almost the same. Yeah, it's actually completely different. It's almost unbelievable that the FAA both considers them both flying type. It's in the Airbus, it's very much systems management, operations management, airspace, those types of things. We've got fantastic autopilots, fantastic flight control assistants, and systems assistants, which is why two guys can fly that halfway across the world. And we regularly do 13-hour flights. One of the ones I've been doing a lot lately is Minneapolis through Tokyo. And it's a wonderful trip, and it gives me a chance to get on. I do a lot of European flying as well. So we get over to Amsterdam, London, and Paris, and all the typical what you'd expect from a flight. But it's very different, and it's incredibly rewarding, but in a very different way than flying the airshow type thing. Airshow is sort of grassroots, it's back to basics flying, whereas really cutting edge, state of the art aircraft and airspace management in flying.
Yeah, do you give cockpit announcements in the airshow airplane? Do you just kind of now and again
I oftentimes have to remind myself of what's said, and I do talk out loud. Actually, that's something my coach encourages me to do.
Fantastic! I mean, great way to really visualize and audibilize what you're going to do and set yourself up for perfection. And perfection is what Grant does. If you've seen him fly, he's amazing. He's really great technical flyer, and you can check out some of your social media, right? Where can I see some of you flying on social media?
Well, GrantNielsenAirshows.com, and then GN Airshows is our Instagram, and if you search Facebook, that'll show up our Facebook page.
And now there's another half of Grant Nielsen Airshows that isn't here right now. She's off doing awesome things. As always, what's Brittany doing?
Brittany's great. She just finished 2 weeks at Harvard doing professional development. for she's vice president of the university. So she did some professional development, got back in the office, couldn't take the time off. She could have. She didn't feel comfortable taking time off. She'll come up to Oshkosh. She's coming up Friday afternoon. She'll be here all day Saturday. She'll still be here for a little bit and get her Oshkosh fixed for the year. And yeah, she's doing great. Her announcing, she did Sun Fun again this year. She did the Hillsborough Air Show in Oregon. She'll be doing some work in live air shows at Seat there. The Orlando Air Show this year. So she's got a lot going on this year.
I didn't realize she was doing the Orlando Air Show. That's the hometown air show for Levil Aviation, so that is going to be phenomenal. I love the energy that Brittany brings. Nobody brings it like Brittany up there on the stand. I mean, she's on fire at any given moment. You really have to experience it. Not only seeing Grant and the amazing things that he does in the air, but Brittany, the way that she calls it, the energy that she brings is just what air shows are. I mean, she is so much a part of the show and bringing people in and putting smiles on faces, calling the incredible maneuvers that you're doing up there. It really is such an awesome team. What is it like having your wife announce for you?
It's great, and it keeps the important things in perspective, right? When I talk to my wife when I'm going flying, I know she's right there, and she's my family, and she's the reason I have to keep safety at the forefront and make smart decisions all the time. And so I love having her in the show. It's really wonderful.
And we do too. I mean, she is just an absolute ray of sunshine. Never a dull moment around Brittany. It's always amazing.
Well, she loves aviation, and it shows in her announcing. She was an aviation fan long before she ever thought about the announcing game. And that shows through, that she's a fan first.
And it really shows through with both of you. I mean, the way that you fly, the passion that you have, the way that you walk around and interact with the fans is incredible. You can tell there's passion on both sides of this, and that's what Grant Nielsen Airshow brings. Passion, performance, amazing smiles on faces, just like the smile I have on my face. Hopefully I'm going to put some smiles on your faces with these fun questions. Now, do you have just a couple of seconds for some fun ones?
Of course.
Oh, man. All right. Now, I imagine these 13-hour flights, that's pretty long. You got to get hungry. What's your favorite in-flight snack?
The ice cream sundaes.
That's mind-blowing. That sounds absolutely phenomenal. Of course, it's like, 1,000 degrees here at Oshkosh, so an ice cream sundae sounds great on its own, but flying and having an ice cream sundae?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Oh, that's just too civilized, man. That sounds fantastic. Great answer. Now, if you could fly any aircraft, what would you fly? Anything throughout time?
That's tough. The SR-71 would be great, of course. For tri-motor, I would say, but I've actually got about 8 hours in the tri-motor.
You have tri-motor time?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get quite a bit of that. Tri-motor time. I'm thinking that I haven't done. Maybe a Thunderbird, a P-47. Everybody loves the Mustang. Everybody loves the Ford Sierras. Me too. The Thunderbolt, I had an opportunity early in my flying career to talk to a few Thunderbolt pilots. The respect that they have for their airplane is phenomenal. So I would love to get up in a P-47.
Very unique answer. I don't think anybody said the 47 yet, so coming in with a unique answer on that. Now, if you're flying around, you're having an ice cream sundae, who would you fly with? You can fly with anybody in the world, anybody throughout time. Who would you fly with?
Oh, that's a tough one. I want to go with Levil.
There you are, a classic. What a flight that would be.
Yeah, he was famous for flying across the Atlantic, but when you learn about all the different airlines and developing route systems and everything he did in addition to that got him famous. But he used that fame to promote the aviation industry at a time when it really needed it. So I've got a tremendous amount of respect for his professionalism and what he did. I would love to sit down and talk to him and pick his brain on where it's going to go in the future and how we can help that happen.
And that would be a phenomenal conversation. Sundays with Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we could make that happen. You know what we did make happen was an absolutely great conversation with Grant Nielsen Airshows. Grant, thanks so much for being awesome. Thanks for your time here.
Sean, thank you and Levil for being here, doing everything and getting some of the word out and keep it up and looking forward to seeing you next time.
Absolutely. Can't wait, brother.
Take care.